The state's water problems and what to do about them is causing a split among many Republicans. Many top Republicans have called for the state to spend billions on new water projects, an approach some say will cause taxes to rise and rob communities of a say over their own resources. Despite that, last fall, voters approved spending $2 billion from the Texas Rainy Day Fund to help finance the projects. So, as we approach Earth Day, how should the state be dealing with a dwindling water supply? That's our topic this half hour. In our newsroom, we have our legal analyst, Chris Tritico, our news analyst, Mustafa Tamiz, and public policy analyst, Jackie Bally. Good morning. Happy Easter, y'all.
Good morning,
Happy
and
Easter.
happy Easter.
All right. What do you think about this?
Well, you know, the state, I think, did a good thing in passing the proposition that gave the $2 billion to start water projects in the state. There's no question that we have to do something immediately to shore up our dwindling water supply, or the state is going to be in a real crisis more than it is right now. There are rice farmers in Texas who have not planted a crop for the last 2 years and looking at a third year because they can't get any water out of Lake Travis, Lake Buchanan, or the other lakes that they have generally drawn water from to grow their rice crops. And so we've got to do something, Mustafa Tamiz, to shore this up.
Well, the challenge is that, you know, our straight water needs are beyond the $2 billion that we took from the Rainy Day Fund. It's a $50 billion project, and it's a big problem that requires a big solution. But the Republican, establishment and the Tea Party are against big government, so they can't see government solving the problems that we have, and if they don't, we're in big trouble.
You know, Jackie Bally, the Central Texas River Authority wants to build a reservoir in Wharton to feed rice farmers. Republican Senator Troy Frazier, who represents Horseshoe Bay or around the Austin area, is opposed to that because he doesn't want to draw any more water out of Lake Buchanan, Lake Travis to fund rice farming. What we have to have here is some balance. I mean, we can't just give water to cities to the exclusion of people who are growing food for us to eat.
That particular senator is against it because of his own local needs or his own local political issues. So the good thing is that we did have Republican leaders. The last bill, the water bill that was passed, was drawn up by a Republican leader. We had Governor Rick Perry, we had Lieutenant Governor Dewhurst, who were very good about educating the public, going out into the public saying this is a very good start to trying to conquer our water policy issues. And I think you're going to continue to see Republicans in the House, in the Senate. They're going to work together to continue to look at this issue.
What we've seen, Mustafa Tamiz, from the Tea Party, they started out, Washington can't control what Texas does. Now what they're saying is the state can't control what we're doing on the local level. If we keep dropping down where the control comes from, you can't have a cohesive water policy if the city of Austin and the city of Houston and Waller County get to make water decisions.
Well, you hit the heart of the problem here. And Jackie talked about it too. The Lieutenant Governor Dewhurst, Rick Perry, and other Republicans sought the solution. If this had come up in the next legislature in 2015, those guys weren't going to be there. And this new Republican Party that's kind of established, which is Tea Party centric in the legislature, would not have voted for this. And their whole aspect of local control has gone amok because these big problems, education, transportation, water, can't be fixed by local people because they're statewide issues. And many issues are federal issues that are befallen by government. And so if you make government the enemy, if you say all problems come from government, then how can government ever solve anything for you?
Jackie Bally, is the Tea Party going to allow the state of Texas to have a statewide water policy, or is it in the new legislature when we have the elections this year, are they going to drop it down even more locally? Because it just seems to me that if we do that, we can't have a cohesive policy that's going to provide water for all of our needs.
Well, Greg Abbott's going to be our next governor, and he's made it clear that water policy is one of his main concerns. He is very much a proponent of what's been passed, and you will see him continue to take the lead. The one thing about having Greg Abbott as our leader, Tea Party members and the established Republican leaders, we all respect him. We all will follow him. He's made it clear that this is the direction that he's going to continue to go in. When you see other Tea Party members, Mustafa talked about in the last session, or the new session, the last session, you're not going to see much of a difference between the leaders that we had last time and this time. So the leaders that passed it last time are still going to be proponents of it again.
But you've got senators like this one who are saying we can't give any water out of Lake Buchanan or Lake Travis to grow rice because we want the water to stay in Travis County. And that's a bad policy.
You also have elected leaders on the Democrat Party who are saying that they don't want that kind of money going in water policy because it should be going in other areas.
Is that
so
true?
you're also
No,
you're
no,
always
well,
always going to find different people saying anything. But the point is 60% across the board, no matter what your political affiliation, they have agreed that they want to move forward
Final
with
thought.
water.
Well, find that one, Greg Abbott is running for governor, not king. People aren't going to blindly follow him. Two, you know, 2/3 of the legislature, when I look, was Republican. Virtually 2/3 of the Senate is Republican. So to blame Democrat for something that doesn't exist is ludicrous. And lastly, these big issues can't be solved with the Tea Party because they're not looking for solutions. They're looking for sound bites.
All right, we're going to leave it right there. Sally, we'll be back in just a little bit with another really good topic.
All right, we're going to be talking about immigration in our next 30 minutes, so we'll see you then. Thanks, guys.